Have you ever made an apple pie? A dish that was widely available and popular in the 18th century. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey and show you a very simple recipe that you can quickly recreate at home, bringing a piece of history back to life in your own kitchen. In my historical cookbooks, I have a lot of different apple pies, and this says to me there was a oft using of apple pies and the people make a lot of them. In nearly every cookbook is a different type, different ingredients, and today we make the most easiest one that I have found. And in the near future, when I have more time and more kinds of apple, I will make one of the most complicated apple pies. But this sounds very tasteful too, but let's try the dish of today. The recipe of the apple pie came from the cookbook The Lady Assistants, a cookbook that I have used very often before because they have a lot of interesting recipes inside. And this cookbook came from 775, is exactly 250 years old, and I will read the apple pie now. Apple pie. Pare, core and quarter the apples. Lay some sugar in the bottom of the dish, then the apples. Grate a little lemon peel, some more sugar, then more apples. Cover the dish with puff paste. When it comes from the oven, take the crust neatly off, leaving the edge. Cut the crust in 8 pieces, which sticks into the pie. It starts with the dish, and I put a little bit sugar on the bottom of the dish. Only a little bit and even everywhere, and then it starts with the apples. And I take small apples, peel them and quarter them and lay out the whole dish. Then I make the lemon peel on top and sugar again, and then there came a new layer of apples, and I skin and core the apple exactly of the amount that I need and fill up the whole dish. On top of the apples there coming the puff paste. I put the puff paste on top and cut them out that there is a nice layer of puff paste around the whole dish and everything is closed. And then it's important to make vending holes. I put today 3 in this puff paste, and this beware the puff paste to explode, and the steam of the moisture of the apple juice can go out of this pie. Now it needs to be baked, and I use a Dutch oven today because I don't have an earthen oven, and I put in the Dutch oven a trivet that there is a little bit space between the dish and the Dutch oven, and then I put the whole pie inside and close the Dutch oven. And now it's important to have double amount of coals on top than under the Dutch oven. It's very important to bake it. If it too much coals under the oven, then it is more like burning downside from the downside, but on the top is too low heat, and it's important to have more heat from above than under the Dutch oven. And now I think it needs to be baked 1.5 to 2 hours in the Dutch oven. I don't preheated the Dutch oven. Normally I do this, and because of this it have taken nearly 2 hours after I have started to make the coals around the Dutch oven. And then it was baked, and I take it out, cut off the lid and make out of the lid 8 pieces and stick them in the pie. It looks very interesting, and I think the description of the recipe means like this. And if I set this on table, it looks amazing. What a beautiful idea. And then I take a little bit out on my plate and make a beautiful dish, and I can start to try it. Interesting. It's more complex than I was thinking before because the citron aroma is very intensive. It's like apple, peaches, oh no, more apricot, not peaches, apricot and citron. It's very complex, a little bit sour, a little bit sweet. This is very, very interesting. I can recommend, maybe you should try this recipe too. But this is not the only pie that I have done on this YouTube channel. I have a short time ago made a raspberry pie. A very interesting dish, very, very easy. The link is here. Maybe you can watch this one. This is also a very, very tasteful dish.